Welcome to Self Actualizers. This is Alpha Kamara, the host, and today we're gonna be, as you guys can see, I'm being getting some vitamins through IV, but we're interviewing real people with real results. You know, to go through real process to find out or say I'm gonna become who I felt like I was called to be. 2 years ago, I met this wonderful person, wonderful woman, and I guess I want to start off with introducing yourself. Where you represent, and then what you do for a living.
Okay, my name is Yas, aka Yasan. Where I'm from, like born, or where I'm representing, like where I live.
Whichever you want to do.
Well, I'm Jamaican by born. Is that even a word? I'm Jamaican. Yeah, I was born Jamaican. I am Jamaican.
Yeah, there you go.
My mom gonna be like, "You see what I'm talking about?" I live in Jersey, but I was raised-ish in the Bronx as well, uptown. Yeah. So I own Yasthetics Wellness, located in New Rochelle, New York, Westchester County, and I help men and women look good and feel good from the inside out.
Great, I love that. That's a great intro. First of all, I'm enjoying this IV, but let's definitely talk about this. So, what's going on with me right now?
So right now you're being hydrated with some essential vitamins, with B12, B complexes, some amino acids to help you feel energized, boost your immunity, and keep you hydrated.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see how I fully feel by the time ends. So talk to us about your story, your journey. I think sometimes people, we see people accomplished doing their work, but we never really hear the story behind the individual. This is your time now to kind of share your story, share your journey. So my first question will be: do you feel like this is your calling?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I actually felt that last week, solidified. Wow. I was helping a premenopausal woman navigate this journey of hers, and she started to cry. I'm like, I get it. I feel you. I understand. Like, I'm gonna get there too. Yeah. And now she's on my women's wellness program that's going to help to optimize her better sleep, better feeling about herself, weight, hair, sex drive, all that. And I was like, yeah, I gotta help my ladies.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And again, it's cool to really see that, especially working with people. And I think sometimes you get that fulfillment just and say, yeah, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm glad that happened for you. So, again, how did we get here? So when did it all begin? How old were you when you first started, or just kind of get more of your story behind it?
So growing up, I wanted to be a doctor, trauma surgeon, right? Oh, wow. But ironically, I always saw myself in a suit, a gray suit. I never forgot it. Growing up in Spanish Town, Jamaica, right?
Oh, wow.
A gray suit, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna be a doctor with a suit. So that didn't work out because I felt like being a doctor was gonna take forever. Right. And then my mom's an entrepreneur, my dad's an entrepreneur, and she's like, you gotta learn something. I'm like, I'm already a nurse. Like, what are you talking about? So I learned how to do lashes on my own. Started a lash business. These people
right.
I know you're going to cut that out, but they irritating me.
I got you.
That's why I'm like, how they on this side?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. I'm like, that's crazy.
Right there.
Yeah. So she's like, you got to learn a trade. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll do lashes. I opened up shop in her place. But right before that, her friend owned 2 nail salons in Jamaica. And they were like, oh, come down to Jamaica. We go buy a laser and you can rent it out. I'm like, laser? I was not in that field of work. Right. So I came back, I did some research. Then I had like a keloid I had to go to a doctor for. And then he's like, yeah, my nurse is going to inject something. And I was like, a nurse going to inject? I said, oh, say less. Okay. Then I started to do my research. I was like, oh, IV hydration. That's my first course that I ever took. Like,
so then I don't want to go too much with age, but this is
how old am I now? Whew.
I know I don't want to do that, but again, so at this point, so let's go back. So you went from using Jamaica, you wore the suit. How old were you then?
I didn't wear. I saw myself.
You saw yourself wearing the suit.
I was like a kid. I knew I wanted to be a doctor since I was 3. Like I just knew that's what I wanted to do, right? Wow. So and I went with that until I graduated Truman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like anything inspired that? Like what made you first choose that?
The path?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just something that I just wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to kind of get it, because how do one just decide?
I want to be a doctor. I guess that's the Jamaican aspiration. It's like, I want to be a doctor.
There you go. Okay.
And then when my mom was like, yeah, nursing school, I was like, oh, never. I don't want to be another Jamaican or Caribbean person.
Right.
Right?
So then now in high school, you finished high school.
Went to college, went to Lehman, but Lehman didn't have a pre-med program, so that pissed me off.
Okay.
And then I went into broadcast journalism because I'm like, okay, I'm going to be on TV. I'll be like a news anchor.
Okay.
Met Ted Turner's dad, who was going to give me an internship to work for CNN. I don't know what happened to that. I got pregnant. And then I had to change my career. I was like, okay, what's the thing that you ain't got to depend on no man for or ask nobody for diaper money? Because that was my thing. I could not stand at a bus stop waiting for the bus or ask a man for diapers.
Oh, wow.
And I switched my major and became a nurse.
And that's actually an interesting perspective because it's like you didn't want to be vulnerable. Like you wanted to not be only depend on anyone. You want to be self-sufficient. You want to be strong.
Exactly.
Then your story kind of changed.
Of course.
So it's like
because I was like, it's gonna come back full circle because I could be a correspondent, a nurse correspondent on TV or something like that. Because I had already kicked the doctor stuff out the way because I was like, it's gonna take forever. Yeah.
Okay, so you have to find something that was quick enough. So then now you went to nurse school. How was that journey?
That journey was good. I started off as an LPN.
Okay.
Then I went to my RN.
Okay.
Then I did my bachelor's, and now I'm in school. I should be done in a couple of months for my nurse practitioner.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sometimes you got to give you your flowers too. We got to clock it.
Exactly. Clock it. I am so not. My mom was like, what's wrong with you? You need to be up with the time.
Clock it. You got to clock it, right?
Yeah, clock it.
So then what does a regular day look like in
For
your
me?
shoes? Yeah. What does a day look like?
Chaotic.
I know. So let's pinpoint like one. Forget. Sometimes we want to give the youth as well. Like we're looking at the youth, like looking at you as as inspiration. Somebody that look like them to kind of really find a career path. So then it's like it's not only just working and seeing somebody who's fulfilled, but then what does that day look like when you're there?
So my day, like I like to have my mornings.
Okay.
So whether it's working out, playing tennis, just chilling, drinking coffee, like it's just important.
That's good.
In anything, like whether it's on vacation, like I'm involved. Give me my second, right?
Yeah.
So self-care is so important for me. Getting my hair done, nails done, cool.
When did that has that always been instilled in you?
I think so. I don't even I feel like I don't know myself not doing that.
Good. Okay.
So I always like to say like I am, like how they be like a day in the life and that lifestyle thing that people try to curate on Instagram. Yeah. I say I live that every day. Like before it was cool.
Right.
For some weird reason, yeah. Like,
do you feel like it was instilled? Like, did you see other examples, like your mom or?
No, they call me white girl. No. They don't.
Like,
they no. Yeah, they're like no, not at all. They're like that's Tiffany. Like my middle name is Tiffany.
All
so
right, okay, so use that.
Yeah, it's just something that I just always wanted more, right? Okay. And I've always wanted to feel free.
Yeah.
So like even just doing this. I may be busy and chaotic, but at least I'm free.
Right.
I'm not
so you have your own time, your own pace.
No one's telling me anything.
That's cool.
And I guess I probably was gonna be that way because I hated taking telling. Like you telling me, oh, you gotta clock in. Oh, I remember I had a job and I was late because I was coming from Jersey. Every morning, Monday mornings, we had meetings. And she was like, something. I said, Psalms 91. Because I'm like, she said, how dare you tell me that I'm late and everybody else late? You're picking on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not dealing with this today. This is how I knew. I was like, I can't do this no more. I said, Psalms 91.
So it's cool though, because like you knew what you couldn't handle and you couldn't do, and you still like push that. That was your foundation, and that's how it made you who you are today.
I was like, yeah, I can't.
All right, so then now that you have your mornings and you
come in.
You come in. So what time do you usually get to?
First client's at 10.
Okay.
So I'm usually like here by like 9:30. I try to get here before the clients get here. Just because I can set the pace and exactly. But when I'm here, it's just nonstop. Whether it's I'm seeing clients back to back, or I'm clients content, seeing what's happening on the back end. Clients, then trying to make it home before the Jersey traffic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one's real.
Yeah.
So what is there any stigmas in your field of work? Because you have a little bit of two. It's like you're a nurse, and then you also have like the entrepreneurial aspect as well. So you're like, I
mean, everyone thinks that it's so hard for you to start. I think the hardest part is yourself
Right.
first.
Okay.
And then everything else is like you could just, you just do it.
Right.
You just do it, honestly. Like, so the stigma is that it's difficult. Nurses can't own med spas, which, you know, it's a whole logistics. Like, that's another conversation for how to do a startup.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think a lot of times, again, in the Black and brown community, I feel like sometimes we don't even know how to start a business.
Yeah.
We don't even know how to start. People just say, I have a business, but
they don't even know
the details.
The
like, if you didn't look at your establishment, right? It's like the colors, the lighting, like all those matter because it's about the customer experience. But again, did anybody teach you that component, or you just really just
Google?
And
like being up at 2:30 in the morning on YouTube, like just being hungry for like whatever it is that I don't even know what it could be, right?
Right.
You're like, okay, let me just figure out. Like I got books, like writing down things, like I'm over here looking at her, like let me slow this down. Like, yours.
I'm going. Yeah, it's giving me energy.
Well, you gotta unbend your hand. Yeah, there you go. See, you moved it and start like, yeah.
I got too comfortable.
Yeah, but you're good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. That's the question.
Where were we?
Like, did anyone teach me how to start the business? No one taught me. Again, my mom is an entrepreneur. My dad's an entrepreneur, but their entrepreneur guidebook is,
work hard.
I came from Jamaica and we gonna open a shop. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole different meaning to it now that I've learned to like understanding your KPIs, understanding registration, your taxes, if you're doing S Corp, C Corp, whatever the heck it is, like, so I learned along the way.
That's good.
But I did my research and I paid for a lawyer to make sure that everything was straight.
That's good. Did you have any mentors, anybody? This really has just been just your...
It's just me and my crazy brain. Yeah.
Is it like you feel like it's a crazy brain, or you feel like, is there something like speaking to you? Like, is it a voice? Like
God.
I know.
God. But I mean, there's no mentor. I mean, I met people along the way that's helped me through like decision making, but it's just pure like, because when I did my first Botox course, I was like, I should have been doing this. And then it was like, okay, now what? Okay, this is the next step. Okay, now what?
Right.
And then it just grew from there. So it's like I planted a seed, kept watering it,
Good.
and it's just growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would like to say that, I always say like, you never settled, like you never arrived. Because they always say you always want to be in a pursuit of becoming. You never want to arrive. So it seemed like you arrived at college, but they say, there's more. I arrived at being a nurse. Okay, there's more.
There's always more. Right. I don't think we'll ever be satisfied. That's the saddest part. I don't think we ever will be. But I mean, you could be satisfied when you find peace in other things, right?
Yes, of course.
But I think the business part of things is always going to be something. Right. There's always going to be more room for growth.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I think we're all evolving. Like, who I am today is completely different 2 years ago when you met me.
I met you 2 years ago, Yas.
Sure.
2 years ago. It didn't even feel like 2 years ago, but it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And it's all through a post from Lexi.
Shout out to Lexi. She's awesome.
And then I booked Yas for my wife for a facial, right? And then
they did a dance.
And we did a dance. That video did actually well.
Yes, they did a dance.
We did a dance.
Yeah, and they had me in it.
Yes. Just kind of having fun. And again, it seems like it goes back to what we was talking about, like, you always just
just trying. I'm like this, but in my little tunnel. Like, I'm not trying to see anything that's around that's trying to, like, distract me from it, I'm very to myself. I don't have, like, a large group of friends. Okay. I'm just trying to get what I want from this world while I'm here, so.
Amen. Dude, we go into it more later, but in the sense of what does that look like? But you said it just looks like whatever you feel at that point.
Like what?
Like what does that
end result?
Success look like?
It all goes back down to freedom. I'm a person that likes to have and not need than to need and not have, right?
Yeah.
So if I can help others while I'm in the midst of my success, in whether it's beauty, spiritually, mentally, because a lot of the times these patients come and my clients come and be a whole therapy session.
Right.
There's women that that are going through a lot.
Yeah.
And I be going through stuff, and they be like my own little therapist too. So it's just giving back at the end of it.
You've created like a safe space.
Yeah.
Right.
Weirdly.
Because even like, I mean, even us having this conversation now, I feel like it's just like, oh, it just feels natural. It doesn't feel like forced. It's a rhythm and everything of that nature. And I think some of those things that can't be taught, but I guess it's like constantly working on yourself. Do you do a lot of personal development, or do you do anything?
Yeah. And my friends be like, you need therapists. My books, they be like, yeah. So I'm like, I got my self-help books.
Yeah.
And it's not everything. I've learned. So sidebar, last couple days ago, I got my charity organization done, right?
Okay.
YSBG. And I'm like, if I'm going to help these young girls, I have to go and get therapy for myself, right? Because like, I've been through some crazy things in life.
Okay.
But I feel like if I'm going to really and truly help and touch others, I really have to like
be grounded.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty grounded, but I'm like what's the thing? The groundhog. I'm buried. Like I bury all my stuff. Like you know. Yeah. So I think I have to do that. So.
And that's good though, because I guess that's even as identifying as being a therapist now. It's like just being able to even be willing, to tap into that, because it is it could be a lot. You're being vulnerable. But that's great. That's great, and I'm glad that you're doing that. And for you to be able to help others, you got to help yourself, I always say, right? So now, what if those kids, that you're working with are inspired to be like you? What are some educational trainings or experiences that they would need to acquire to kind of get to like
where I'm at?
You are?
Go to school, finish school, get your high school diploma, go to college, and then after college, get a job, get some training. And then come work, and I'll show you.
So when you say go to college, what exactly are they like?
Nursing school.
So go to nursing school.
Yeah.
How long is nursing school?
So everybody's path is different. So I started off as an LPN. That was a 10-month program.
Okay.
I was done with everything by the year. Then I went back and did my LPN to associate RN bridge, and then that took 15 months.
Okay.
Then I went back. Well, I did it online, my bachelor's.
Okay.
I was done with the bachelor's in a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can start I've known LPNs that are doing body contouring, but again, strive for the highest thing that you can in anything that you do, right?
Right.
So, you just go back to school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only going back to school for leverage.
Right.
It doesn't change anything that I'm doing. It's just, okay, I could take your insurance card.
Right. Yeah, it just changes it gives you more options.
More options, yeah.
More options opposed to and that's what it is. So what are some challenges people don't see in your career?
Challenges?
Yes. That people don't see.
The challenges in the career is not knowing, so if it's one thing when you know, it's easier. Lack of knowledge makes it harder. Right. And I think that was the biggest challenge. It was learning as I go, oh, shoot, I got to get this together.
Yeah.
Then it could be the misconceptions and the unfair treatment of, you're a black and brown girl or man.
Yeah.
And then your reps don't look like you. So they're going to sell you stuff and overcharge and, undercut, however they do it. Right. So I would say that's more of the challenges. A lot of it, the hardest challenge I would say is with yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's just trying to navigate yourself through it.
Right. Right. Especially if it's a road that's not really paved.
Yeah, it's not paved for us because the aesthetics industry. You thought about it, that was like Joan Rivers back then, right? It's not most of my black women that come I don't want Botox.
Right.
Okay. Right. Why not? Because I don't want to look stiff. That's not how it works.
And I guess it goes back, like you said, education.
Education.
Because who's really educating? And when you look at the marketing and the field, that's kind of they don't really show a lot of us.
Exactly.
So, I guess that does help to kind of do that. So I guess just continuous education.
It's breaking those stigmas, yeah.
Right. So I guess those are some stigmas you saw. Was there ever a moment that you started questioning your path?
So there was a time that, my son had the sickle cell. He did the gene therapy. And then before that, when I knew we were about to do it, I'm like, nothing else matters. Yeah. What tomorrow may bring for my business, I don't care. Right? But then he got out of it, so then I had to get out of that, right? Yeah. So then it was like, okay, Tiff, what would you do if this does not work out? And I'll be like, well, nothing else. So I'm like, okay, pack your stuff up and get it together.
Yeah.
So it's not to say if it wasn't the path. It's like, if you don't get it together, what would you do? And then I was like, okay, let me go create some content.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think you took it to the extreme.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to think. I think in life, right? At least that's how I think. Is that you think about, what do you want your life to be? What do you want to feel? Most of us are, trained to just work, go home, have kids, work, maybe take a vacation. That's like, that's no life.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to wonder, like, what day is it today? Because you're living it like it's the weekend.
You're living it, yes. Every day is the weekend.
Yeah.
So every day should be. That's the side of it too.
I don't know, like,
shoot, I get up today and like, all right, it's a new day. I can write whatever I want to write, opposed to just taking what life gave you. And I think that's really cool for young people to understand that, you know, they can create that, they can write that component. So, you know, talking to your younger self, is there anything that you would advise or told your younger self to do?
My younger self?
Yeah, younger self.
Oh, that little girl. That little girl been through so much. Trying to think. It was gonna be. I guess it's everybody always says. It's gonna be okay, right?
It's gonna be okay.
Like, everybody says that. My younger self.
You know, and again, something I've learned, you know, in therapy is that your 10-year-old self shows up in your 30s and 40s. They usually say. So it's like, sometimes like that inner child's like, man, what would I have told that younger person about life who probably, you know, who's probably struggling, who's sitting either back home in Jamaica or sitting, you know, or a young girl who's like in her room and just like, I don't know what to do. Life is so hard.
Well, I would say this. When I became like structured and everything, I realized I was not living in my inner child, right? In the sense of like growing up, again, free-spirited.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me the most joy. Like, aesthetics is cool and fun and stuff, but I like to live life. Right. And what would I say to her was just to keep on living. Right? And speak up. Yeah. That's another story.
That's another one. Yeah, right.
Speak the heck up, you know? And that affects me now today, because I'm non-confrontational because it gives me anxiety to bring up a problem, and then I don't speak up like at all. And I'm working on it.
That's good. Again, at least you're aware.
I'm very aware. I'd be therapying myself. Like, yep, today wasn't a good day, Tiff. Like, get it together. But like, I'm just that part. I will have told her to speak up, because I think a lot of the things that I went through, if I had spoken up, they would have never happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that's what I would tell her. Speak up and keep on going. There
we go. There goes our message. You know, I thank you again for just, you know, some time just to share your story, share your journey, just to even be a self-actualizer, because you self-actualized of becoming who you said you wanted to become, and you're still becoming. Maybe one day, you know, be one of the mentors for these kids.
Of course, I'll be happy to.
You know, we create a whole, you know, support in aspect of, you know, collaborations. And I'm enjoying.
Yours
so you guys definitely need.
I see now you put your head up, and now it wants to move.
So how can people like reach you? How can people
you can find me on Instagram.
There we go.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm so silly.
Talk your talk, girl.
Y'all make me feel so comfortable, so I thank y'all.
No problem.
Yasthetics, YASTHETICS on all platforms.com for the website.
Okay, great. And then anybody wants to get, you know, I guess what are some of your services you do offer?
So from beauty, from skincare to hair restoration to women's wellness, men's hormonal program, IVs, weight loss. Anything I can inject, I can do it. Okay. Safely, of course. But yeah.
That's great.
I have my own skincare line. Shout out to Yaz.
Shout out to Yaz. Okay, so Yaz everything.
Everything's Yaz.
Yeah, and thank you again.
Yeah.
And much success, and definitely reach out.
Yeah.
Follow, like, share.
Comment.
Comment. Your boy Alpha, I'm out.
And subscribe.
There we go.
Yeah.